Surprising for me to get this much invitations.
17 days, huh?
Yeah, quite short, I'd say. I was lost. What am I doing wrong? I was not even getting any chances to get reviewed by the recruiter. I was getting the straightforward rejections from the systems. I previously, if I applied like to 100 jobs, I'd get 100 rejections.
Hi, Mahnur.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you? How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's sunny in Warsaw, so finally good weather.
Exactly. It's rare, yeah, having sunny day in Warsaw. Okay, Mahnur, thank you for your time, for meeting and sharing your thoughts. So let's talk a bit about, maybe you can share a bit about yourself. Who are you? What you have done? What's your experience? What is your journey in Poland so far?
So basically, I have arrived to Poland in 2021. It's like the middle of the pandemic. And I've done my bachelor's during that period in international relations. Somehow I don't recommend doing it. Totally awful specialty, unless if you have good relations in politics, so yeah, wrong choice.
Political relations.
Yeah. It is important, but yeah, I didn't like it at all. I don't recommend it. So yeah, my journey in work basically started from KFC. Then I shifted to Biedronka, like during the study years, and I was lucky enough to get a job in corporation at Accenture. Very nice company as a junior analyst. I worked there for about a year and a half, but I felt that I was stuck because the job I was basically doing was repetitive and I was not seeing any opportunities to grow as a professional. So yeah, then I was lucky, again, it's just a pure luck from my point of view at least, that I got an offer to join Goldman Sachs on a contingent worker basis. But I must be honest that the salary was almost the bare minimum. I just joined it and accepted the offer basically because there was a chance for me to move into more or less financial area. Of course, accepting that I didn't have any financial background in the studies. So I chose it just a bridge for myself to shift into finances. I worked there, the team was nice, the department was nice, but my main problem was that the salary, I wanted to earn a bit more. So yeah, I started, I tried to apply on my own. I prepared the CV, like I have seen hundreds of CV of my friends, of other people that have applied to and got offers at pretty big companies, but I was not even getting any chances to get reviewed by the recruiter. I was getting the straightforward rejections from the systems. So it was frustrating. I was lost. What am I doing wrong? Include like taking into notice that I was already working in a finances and having this label of Goldman Sachs, even though it was a contingent worker contract. But I was lost, so I started following people who actually help professionals. And that's how I end up contacting you, because I must be honest, you had a decent and impressive professional background. You were not just helping students and people, but also working at a corporate. That was the main point when I decided to trust you, and plus a lot of impressive cases, I would say. So we started working together, and that's how I ended up getting my contract and offer.
Perfect. We can talk more about how continued the collaboration. Just a few points about, you mentioned my career, my personal career, and also me helping the people. Actually, this is how I see, this is how I see for myself as well. I want to see a coach, I want to work, I also have my coach, I also have mentors, and I want to have my mentor who has done this before me. So I want my mentor to be a champion, that I can learn from him how to be champion. So I want, for example, if I want to build my career in investment banking technology, so I want to have a mentor who has done a lot, who is very successful in the path that I want to be. That's why actually this is what makes basically our results effective. Yeah, because I have worked in UBS, I have worked in Citibank. I know what they are looking for, what is needed basically to get into the top Wall Street banks, and this is why basically every week we are receiving 2-3 job offers from JP Morgan, Citi, BNY, BNP, US Bank, and other companies. So basically knowing what it takes to go there, not just theory, not just some watching some
Experiments
videos.
on your cases.
Exactly, not experiments. Directly having the experience there. Yeah, and okay, you had the CV, you were applying, but you couldn't receive any interviews, only the rejections.
Yeah.
And then you decide. Can you tell a bit of time, like after how many weeks or months you decided that okay, I need the help from professional?
A week, I would say.
A week.
I was I was scrolling your feed, like your profile on LinkedIn, and just seeing like with what people and what backgrounds you have worked with, like not just IT, but diverse. Not one focus, but diverse, and having the proven cases and successful people. So yeah, I decided to work with you. I also was following another person on LinkedIn, but the main point was that he didn't have much experience in corporate, but basically full-time working with people, not building his own career. That was the main point when I was a bit suspicious, I'd say.
I understand you. Of course, about this coaching theory, there are some ideas that not every good coach should have been a champion. There are some like good coaches, they weren't a good player, let's call, but I still believe that to guide people, you should know what it takes, and you should just see it in practice. And yeah, this is I also believe that very, very important. Okay, so let's talk a bit about our journey. What we have done together, how was that? Like how we started, what were the steps we have taken, how they were looking from your side?
So it all started with an initial call just to get to know each other's background, and to describe what my problem is. Because I should be honest that at that point I was just lost. I didn't know what is my problem, what could be my next steps. So I was just lost. I have different paths I can take, but I'm hesitant. So yeah, we had a talk, and it was nice to hear from others' perspective, like how my situation actually looks like. Yeah, we came to a point that we can cooperate with each other, so that's how it started. I prepared like the full list of things I've done, like not using any fancy words, but just describing how it looked on practice, to have a bold view of the things. So that's how my CV came to this world. Exactly.
So the initial call you mentioned, it's a free call, one-to-one. You just joined there. You talk about what you have done, what is your experience, what is your education, what you like to do, what are interesting for you. Then we choose of course we discuss what do you want to continue. Then we find the like exact problem, and then we build a plan to solve it, continue. And about preparation, as you mentioned, that initial file, many people actually mentions it. I think it's very important to have an effective CV. Firstly, I need to get a raw information from you. That's why I ask you to prepare nothing fancy, as you mentioned, nothing. Just open a Word file, put there what you have done, starting even from your school. Maybe you had some achievements there, then your university, then your work, and what you have done in the work. Some people, they just use to prepare CV, they just use AI tools. They just give the prompt and prepare me some general job description, but this is not what the recruiters and what the hiring manager want to see. For example, if you are doing fund reconciliations and trade booking, so this is what we have to exactly put there, what we have to put there, that which transactions you have booked, how you were, which tools you were using for which security types. This is what is the real keywords. They always talk about keywords. But about keywords, and this is the keywords basically in the job. So what you are doing in the job. Okay, then.
Another point was actually, it was really great to hear in what path I can take, because I was totally lost. Like, I didn't even know how the finance world is divided into investment banking, like commercial banking, how the investment banking itself is divided into different departments, and what they actually do, how is the culture and the corporate culture in the big companies, and that even those big labels do not guarantee your happiness. to work. I mean, of course, money comes first, but if you are working in a place that you're not at least content with, so it will get difficult. You can just work for a year, for two, maybe if you're patient enough, but still you'll end up frustrated. So yeah, money does not always come first.
Exactly. I can't tell it enough. Like as you mentioned, yeah, we find the job in a top company. Oh, it's a perfect company. It's very famous. It's the biggest in the world, one of the biggest. But in the job,
It depends on the team, but
exactly,
still.
exactly. So during actual collaboration, this is what I share with you as well. So first we analyze the team, and first we analyze the position, because some positions they have that maybe working with very strict deadlines or having overtimes in their nature. You know, for example, now working in a NAV, there are even hourly deadlines.
Yeah.
Can you imagine hourly deadline? Like at 10 you have the one deadline, at 12 you have a deadline. In day you have 3-4 deadlines, and it's hourly. It's crazy. It's monthly. And for example, so it's in their nature. If you don't like to work with the deadlines, so strict deadlines, this position will be for you very difficult. And for example, people working in the accounting, like all our friends, month end, like end of 1 month,
Yeah.
and first few days they are gone. They are gone. You can't find them. So because it is in the nature of the job. So this is before actually accepting the job offer. We discuss like this is the nature of job, and of course we try to analyze the team as well. So do you want to be there? And there are some companies, they are very famous for having overtimes. There are some companies, they are very famous for example, having a very generous benefits and having not very good salaries. So, and it is, we can see it only when we are in the market. Yeah, like when you really work there and also work with people to get into those companies, so you understand the companies. Then let's talk a bit about, for example, application process and the interviews.
Applications was straightforward, I'd say. After getting the CV, you just apply. You just apply. Of course, you analyze the position, the company, but the numbers matter. Some people think that they need to tailor. Maybe it can be a fair point at some point, but still, like applying, just brutally applying.
Yeah. What about the interviews?
Interviews, it was actually a bit surprising for me to get this much invitations, at least with a recruiter, because as I said, I previously, if I applied like to 100 jobs, I'd get 100 rejections. I mean, I don't know whether it's a strategy we used or it's just a pure luck, I don't know, but the numbers, they were talking that I was getting some interviews. I was also surprised to get a recruitment review at Citibank, because I have applied there, like, not to lie, around 50 times, and no callback, straightforward rejection. So I told the same to the recruiter when we were talking, that I have applied this many times, but I never get to meet the recruitment even. So yeah, I was getting the invitations. It was nice to meet and talk when you are confident enough, when you know what to expect, and that it is also matters to be a person, to have this individuality in the interview. That's what I learned from you, actually. I was just preparing to the typical questions. Tell me about yourself, like your, let's say, strengths and weaknesses. But being a person also matters during the interviews, because you are meeting with a person and you have to catch the vibe together.
Exactly. Many points that you have touched. I want to talk a bit more. Firstly, about receiving the interviews. Of course, there is always luck involved. Of course, we can't exclude it. But having a good CV and with really on the job description, like what you are doing in the job, and we can understand it, like when you understand the processes, and then applying consistently in a good pipeline, like with a good technique. Brings the interviews. So there is a luck, but beside luck, the main point is having an effective CV. This is why we call it an effective CV. Yeah. And then about the interviews, exactly. Many people, when I have this initial call, when I ask them very simple questions, I see that they just memorized. What they found. Okay, it's a good skill. Memorizing is an amazing skill, but the interview is basically they want to know you. Yeah. They want to hire you, and they call us that, hey, let's meet if you really align with this position with our team, and if like it's two sides, we interview them as well, because at the end of the day we will spend, like, let's be honest, yeah, sometimes we spend more time with our colleagues than our family, yeah, than our friends. That's why it's important we also choose. So it happened many times that after the interview we discussed, and I think in your case we didn't have, but with other guys we discussed, and they said that we didn't like vibe, and we rejected the offer. I posted them a few times in my LinkedIn and Instagram. So we also interviewed them, and we have to be an individual. We have to be a person. Yeah, we have to be a person. Of course, memorizing, have a structured answers, have a content-rich, structure-rich, and with a clear communication. It is important, but it doesn't make our answers robotic. It should still have a person, have a like this human-to-human connection. This is what we were trying to build. And vibe of interview, yeah.
It also matters. Like, I was lucky enough to have the interviews with good people, because we immediately catch the vibe, especially in the case of US Bank, where I got the offer and joined them. It was amazing, actually. Like, we had around 1 hour. It was really good to meet nice people when we shared the same values. Like, we were discussing the job, basically. We were discussing the KPIs I worked with. It was not just pure like templates of the questions, but we were really discussing the role, discussing my experience, if I could be a good match. Of course, after these like initial part, they also mentioned like now we have to ask these template questions that are requested by the HR, and it also went good. And in the end, what I was surprised to is to discuss my hobbies. Like, I said that I love animes, and we started discussing animes. Apparently some of the members have watched the same like movie, and it went on a very nice note, I would say. Like, I was smiling, not because the interview went well, but I had the chance to share like my hobbies, my personality with somebody who could understand me.
Exactly. It's like you are meeting friends. It's like you are meeting a nice people. Besides working with them, but they are also nice people to talk. And the vibe of interview, like you had talked about many stuff, and it was nice conversation. This is basically what decides almost for the interview, unless for the very specific roles.
Yeah,
for example, the technical roles.
Exactly.
In technical roles, there is a job should be done. It's very technical, so you should know to do it, and that's why they are doing very strict like deadline, like in interview, very on point strict. But in operations positions, for example, there are a lot to learn, and you can't learn them in the university. You will basically learn in the work, and that's why they're just looking for a good teammate who will come, who will join there. Of course, should bring some experience, but also will learn and will execute there. But definitely having a good person. And we had this many times that I think I shared with you as well, like. The vibe of interview, and we define it with the structure, with the defined methods. We set the vibe of interview. We had this many cases that the people that I've worked, they got the interview. We got the interview just because of almost the vibe. They asked, of course, we answered, of course, the technical questions, domain-related questions, but the vibe of interview, the energy that you bring to the interview, it does a lot. It does a lot. Okay, what about demo interviews?
Demo interviews is a place where actually I was realizing my problem, that I was a bit robotic, because I didn't know much what I am supposed to talk, and it was really great to have this view from you, to share your impression, I'd say, about how I talk, because the life hack that you shared, like setting the vibe of the interview by just even making a small, appropriate, of course, a joke, maybe just sharing a small story to have a connection with the HR or with the hiring manager. So it was really great to train before having the battle, let's say.
Exactly.
So yeah, I was prepared, and I was feeling a bit more confident. I wouldn't say that I am confident I'll get the job, but I was a bit confident. I was less nervous.
Exactly, and this is the goal of interview. So practice questions, deep dive in the interview. We have the questions, and after 2-3 interviews, you say that, okay, I know what will come. I know what. And of course, before having the interview, we analyze the position, we take off keywords, we know what we will prepare, we understand what is this position about, and then in the interview we know what will come. 17 days, huh?
Yeah, quite short, I'd say.
Amazing, amazing. Congrats again. What do you want to share about your current position?
I like my team. I actually love them because it is really great to work with warm people. Of course, job and the deadlines matter, but when we share the same values, same experience, same story, it is easier to get along with them. Now I'm on the training, season training part, I'd say, of the job, and I'm just learning things. We are discussing, we are asking questions, not being afraid that we might get judged, and also connecting with the team.
Perfect, perfect.
Getting to know the corporate and the culture.
Exactly. And there are a lot to do. There are a lot to learn, there are a lot to do and achieve. And
Yeah, I'm just taking a break, a bit relaxing, but it doesn't matter and the path. It continues, but just making a small pause, I'd say.
Exactly. There's a summer coming, so
Yeah.
this is my philosophy as well. Like from September till May, work, but from May to September, it's basically
Yeah.
resting season to get energy for the next cycle. Mohini, what would you like to share with the people who come, who go to another country, move abroad, start their career, change their career, or grow their career? In your case, how was that? Like, if there are any people probably about more of moving to a new country and changing a job, what would you like to share with them? Because there are some people, like I receive this message a lot, that these videos really are inspirations. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm a young professional. I don't have much to share, but not being afraid, I'd say, and asking for help, because that was my problem at some point. That asking for help, especially in hiring process, seemed something embarrassing, because am I this not capable to get a job on my own that I have to ask for help? But asking for help is always good. To ask for suggestions, for advice, it also really matters. And taking the risk. So you have to take risk to get something.
Exactly, calculated risk. Yeah, calculated risk. Okay, I think we discussed almost all details.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again. It was really nice to work with you, and I'm sure that there are a lot to achieve. We are in touch for the next milestones.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a few notes at the end. I want to share that probably you have already seen in the other videos. I'm Misa. I provide career consulting service in Poland and in Europe. Actually, not in Europe as well. Just almost 1 month ago, we got first job offer from United States.
We are like conquering the other places.
Exactly. So new markets. We got offer from Germany, from US, from Netherlands, and from Poland as well. So I provide this career consulting service to get into the top companies, and I provide the service for the areas that I am specialized. Basically, this is finance, IT, project management, and supply chain, and the marketing areas. For some of them, I am the expert, so we work together. For example, with finance and project management. For some areas, I have the professional coaches in my team that with them we prepare very well, we apply these standards, and we help you to get into the top companies that we have done with other hundreds of people. So from our social media page, you can check the job offers that we received, and there are 5 kind of services that we provide. With you, we work for A to Z service, like from starting from scratch till the end, getting job offer, yes, effective CV preparation, LinkedIn preparation, application process, and demo interviews till getting the job offer. And there is a individual mentoring for people who just start. They need a individual mentoring. There is a CV preparation, just interview preparation, and also application service as well. Because some people, they have a family or they work, so they don't have a time. So we can apply on behalf of you as well. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.